Check, 1, 2. See if I can get this right today. Check. I think we're good. Let's go.
Crypto DLT with MrConectr. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for daily content. Let's go.
Our next priority is market structure, determining what is a commodity and should be under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. What is a security and should fall under the jurisdiction of the Securities Exchange Commission. So market structure is going to be our next focus. Priority is market structure, determining what is a commodity is market structure, determining what is a commodity and should be under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. What is a security and should fall under the jurisdiction of the Securities Exchange Commission. So market structure is going to be our next focus. We're going to begin that next week. And so we want there to be no interruption between stablecoins and so we want there to be no interruption between stablecoin and so we want there to be no interruption between stablecoins and market structure legislation as we continue to move forward. Our next priority is market structure, determining what is a commodity and should be under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. What is a security and should fall under the jurisdiction of the Securities Exchange Commission. So market structure is going to be our next focus. We're going to begin that next week. And so we want there to be no interruption between stablecoins and market structure legislation as we...
What's up, everybody? It's MrConectr. Back for another live stream. I hope I got everything figured out for my audio. I had some technical difficulties yesterday, but we are back at it today, guys. Hope you guys are doing good on this Wednesday already. Wow, time flies, doesn't it, guys? Hope you guys are doing good. Okay, I'm working with a new studio, Rumble Studio, and I think it seems to be working out pretty good. I'm trying to do that instead of the StreamYard, but it looks like I can go to Rumble and then disperse the feed out to several different platforms. So I am on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Locals. I've never even heard of that one, but I'm on Locals and Twitch and X now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stream locations. And I'm seeing the chat. So what's up, chat? We got Bradley B up in here already and Evan XRP. Good to see you guys. As always, we've got Bullish Bird up in here. Turple, what's up, Turple? Buckles. All the VIPs up in the Conectr stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's it sound out there? Watch your face at the end. Freaky? Yeah. Let's play that.
Stablecoins and market structure legislation as we continue to move forward. This is our next priority.
Yeah, she's a little weird, isn't she, guys? She's such a Bitcoin maxi. She wants to sell our precious gold for Bitcoin. So we don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Selling gold for Bitcoin. That's pretty wild, guys, how this stuff's getting involved. What's up, Tony Bads? Good to see you. Tony, you were on the stream last night, I think, talking about XDB, digital bits. I think G's the man. GDLT, I hadn't seen him stream in a while, but he's the one that came up with that pick a while back, probably a year and a half ago or so, and I looked into that. That's a copy of Stellar. That's a good call, Tony. Good thing you ran with that. I think that was you that were talking about that. And yeah, that was a good call on XDB. I like that because it's a copy of Stellar. That's the blockchain of brands. And there's they have their own wallet on the Google Play Store. XDB Digital Bits. So I thought that was pretty cool. You guys let me know how it sounds. Oh, it sounds good. Appreciate that, Evan. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, I'm always trying something new. Yo. The Will Cole stare. Yeah. Yeah, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Who these people are beholden to. Are their intentions true? Are there, you know, do they have another agenda? Who knows, guys? Who knows what's going on in some of these people's minds? Selling our country's gold reserves to buy Bitcoin is what she wants to do. That's insane. Insane. Let's get to the Conectr coins today. Zebek's on a roll. Tony said, yes, sir. We got on about a year and a half ago. Yep. Same here. Yeah, it had a good little pump right when I first got into it, but then it's been calm for a while. But yeah, I like that one. And there's some airdrops too on that wallet. I think I got one airdrop, but there's been a couple that I missed as well. All right, cool. We've got Zebek rocking and rolling on the Conectr coins. 22% again today. This thing's pretty popular from what I've seen. A lot of people getting into this Zebek coin. Good deal. Good on you guys making some profit off of that. I've got some news on Zebek. We can go ahead and touch that. Where are we at? Not news, but I've got some good bookmark on Zebek. Where is it? Somebody was talking about it. I know it's not this far down. I thought I had it at the top. I'm all over the place, guys. Got a lot of good news on Ripple coming up. Maybe I didn't save it. Man. Anyway, we'll find it in just a minute. Corium's at 4.86% up. Aqua token, been holding that on the Stellar chain for a while. Cubic, I'm not into Cubic, but we're a little bit interested in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and a 1. That's wild. Tony heard Zebek is working with Proppy. Swell. Cool. That's the land real estate chain. That's awesome. I also heard, the connection was the digital bits. The XDB is now offered on the Zebek card, from what I understand. Very cool. Metal blockchain, Quant, all in the green today. What's not doing so good today on the Conectr coins? Energy Web, little pullback, and of course XDB is pulling back after that 19% jump after that Zebek announcement with XDB. Let's look over the past 30 days. Zebek's 190% almost. EWT 154. Casino Coin did 86%. If you're looking to buy the deep reds, as G would say, let's look over the past year. If I can get to it. Omni Networks at 89%, and they were actually just listed on Uphold. I still like that XPRT with their liquid staking solution over there on the IBC Cosmos network. Rose, Oasis, doing pretty good. Osmos. Actually, those are deep reds if anybody's looking to get into any coins, not financial advice. Bear with me today, guys. I'm just checking out this whole entirely new interface that I'm working with. This streaming platform. I've actually got one on Rumble. What's up, my Rumble viewer? And one on Locals. What's up, Locals? Not familiar with these new platforms, but I will get familiar with them. And I've got one on Twitch already. And you guys can chat, and I will see it in the chat box. Cool. Live viewer count on X is not available. All right. Just working with this Rumble Studio. It's free for anybody that's working with StreamYard out there. This looks just like StreamYard. Everything I'm looking at, the Rumble Studio, and it's free. So, and I can go to all these platforms. So I thought that was very cool. Evan says Zebek is on Uphold, and they are talking it big time up for a place in the future. Yeah, that's pretty wild. How much popularity this thing has gotten. And Bradley B made a connection that Zebek was the name of the old-timey ship. The style of ship that Bearable Guy was riding in one of those pictures. With the ledgers underneath the ship. But that old-timey kind of pirate ship is called a Zebek. It's pretty wild. Cool. Let's get to the top gainers for today. Over all of crypto, DEXE is up 9%. We looked at that the other day. Let's keep it moving, guys. We've got the top Made in America coins pulled up right now. Past 24 hours, Zebex up the most in America. Teller, TRB. We like to take a look at a random coin as it pops up, especially these American cryptos. That's what I like to keep my eyes on. Turple says, I love Rumble, but there's barely any good crypto channels there. Well, I'm there now, so... Okay, cool. Let's see if I can get past the cookies on this site. Teller, Tellor. What is it? What's it do? How many coins are there? And what's the market cap? We've got $144 million market cap. And we've got a total supply of only 2.75 million. So that's not a lot of coins there. 2.75 total supply. And what's it at now? $53 a piece. And it's ranked 278. All right, so let's take a look at what it does. And what is it? It's usually at the bottom here. Teller, wait a minute. It just jumped right past it, didn't it? Here it is. Teller is a decentralized Oracle protocol. Don't forget, guys, we had that big mix-up. Am I frozen? Okay, I'm frozen on Rumble and I'm fine on StreamYard. I'm using Streamlab as a participant into Rumble. So I'm just getting all this figured out, guys. It looks like I'm frozen on here. Take a look. It looks like I am. But the audio's still there. Now it looks like I'm back. All right, cool. All right, we're still figuring it all out, guys. I think I'm good now, though. Cool, cool. Evan said I froze. Yeah, I think I'm good now. All boats will rise, says Evan. XRP. Oracles are a key part of blockchain infrastructure that update valuable off-chain data, making it available for on-chain smart contracts. Yeah, but you know, we got alerted to this with Hugo Filion from Flare talking about all these centralized oracles are a big vulnerability. All these pricing data feeds, big vulnerability. We saw last week, or actually, yeah, at the end of last week, Chainlink had a big problem with one of the stable coins. I appreciate that, Evan. With one of the stable coins. I'm not sure why it freezes up. Maybe it's because I'm splitting into so many channels. I'll have to take a look at my Streamlab setting because I'm sending my image from Streamlab. You know, Streamlab, I can do things like edit the, I can cut my image off and on, whatever, move it around. But I'm not sure why it's freezing going, leaving Streamlabs, but I'll keep working on it. But yeah, the oracles are a big problem. Chainlink had a big problem. There was like a $300 million, no, yeah, 300,000, sorry, 300 to 500,000, something like that, lost because Oracle, well, actually, someone traded two different stable coins. They swapped out stable coins using the Chainlink, the CCIP cross-chain thing or whatever. But when they did that, you know, they just did an even swap with this stable coin for that stable coin. And you would think you get the same amount because they're all worth $1. But no, he ended up swapping, I think it was a high amount. But he ended up losing like $3,000 worth of value for doing that swap because it was illiquid, right? So the stablecoin swaps were illiquid, so he ended up losing on the swap, on the easy swap. Be careful with those easy swaps out there, guys. You'll end up losing money if you're not looking at the order books or if it's not involving like an AMA or an AMM, I'm sorry. but they lost the peg. That one stablecoin lost its peg because of that, and therefore any pairs with that pegged stablecoin, that the peg was lost. Any pairs for other coins. Now someone had a leveraged position. Now there we go. Problems with leveraged positions again. Everything's got to be perfect. And if you get a little mess up on a pegged stablecoin, he got a margin call. And I guess he couldn't meet the margin call because the market was all messed up because the stablecoin was depegged. And it caused volatility on that cross chain. So there was a big problem with basically a centralized oracle. And what they did, Chainlink, what they did was they took a floating average instead of a real price feed. They started using a floating average instead, which isn't right? So I don't know. It's kind of weird how a centralized oracle stepped in and said, "Oh well, our pricing feed, it isn't correct, so we're just going to kind of give you an average of the pricing feed," right? It was kind of weird, but therefore we are a little leery about centralized oracles. So here you've got an example of a decentralized oracle, Teller, just like Flare, decentralized oracle protocol. So we've got to keep our eyes on this space. Oracles are a key part of infrastructure that update valuable off-chain data, making it available for on-chain smart contracts. Teller's Oracle supplies data that can be requested, validated, and put on-chain permissionlessly, with data reporters competing for incentives of TRB. Data reporters are bringing valuable information on-chain for a wide range of DeFi applications. So what makes Teller unique? And guys, I'm not into this. If anybody's just joining, I'm just checking out a different American crypto. Teller's Oracle works by incentivizing data reporters to put out valid data. That's just like Flare, actually. They incentivize the pricing feeds. So you got to have good pricing feeds. You got to have good data. And you've got to have liquid markets. Now you see how important it is to have liquid markets. Liquidity means everything. And that's what Ripple and XRP's been. Their main thing has been liquidity. Supply that liquidity. Get it ready. These big guys, they have to have liquidity when they come in, guys. So we shall see. Okay, let's keep going. What else do we have? We'll take a look at the Conectr coins, and then we looked at the top Made in America cryptos in the past 24 hours. What else is there? TRB. Well, a small little pump. Looks like I'm off again. So Rumble's having a little issue. It's cutting in and out, but it looks like maybe my settings a little bit. I did it recommended to use a whip protocol instead of the RTMP, whatever that is. So maybe I'll try the RTMP next time, or MTP, whatever it is. Hope you guys are doing good out there. Give me a like if you could, and subscribe if you're new. We'd like to bring the Conectr's mind to the crypto space, and we like to go through the data and look at all the information as it comes out and wrap our minds around this space the best we can. Okay, come on, guys. We got the crypto sectors pulled up here. What's popping off in the world of crypto? Okay, we've got internet capital markets up 9%, with Goon Coin leading the way, whatever that is. Anything else popping off? There is Zap oracles are up 9%. I like to take a look at the different cryptos every day, or different crypto sectors every day. That kind of gets us an idea of what's going on, because you got all these different sectors. Like World Liberty's portfolio is pretty even right now. You've got like memes in here. You've got algorithmic stablecoins, which I like algorithmic stablecoins. I think the United States is going to ban them though. So we'll see what's up with that. What's up, Fishing with Camo Joe? Good to see you. As always, you guys bear with me with this Rumble refeed. I might cut it in and out. But I think at least the audio keep going. Okay, we've got liquid staking derivatives on here. Evmos. This sounds like, man, that Cosmos ecosystem with the IBC coins. I really like that, and that is so undervalued, guys. I cannot believe that Cosmos Atom is still $4.30. That is insane for such a great project out there, guys. Here's the all-time chart for Atom. It's wild. You could have come in 2020 when that dip happened for COVID. You could have gotten it at $1.75 or 71 cents, and it's only what, 5 years later, and we're only at $4.72. I mean, look at that chart. It went up to what do we have here? $44, and a year later in 2021, wow, it went from $4 to $3, $3.76. It's just a great project. I don't know why it's this cheap, but it is still. And some of you might be lucky for that. Not financial advice on the channel. I hate to just keep saying that, guys, but I just want to make sure that I'm just showing you what I'm getting into and what the way I feel about things, and hopefully shed some light on the subject the best I can. Cool. Back up. Thank you, Evan. What else do we have? The crypto events calendar. Today's the 4th of June. Are there any announcements from any of our Conectr coins? Arrow Global joins a Hedera Council. I do like Holochain. Delivery brief live stream for Holochain. Let's see if there's any more right quick. Just making sure we don't miss anything today. Solana Pay integration. BitGet wallet now supports instant payments via Solana Pay with USDC. POL is on Near Intense integration. Near has their own coins, just like XRP has their own tokens. Near's got its own, and I think I've got right quick. No, I thought I had the Near's token page somewhere. It's all good. It is all good. What were we on? The calendar, Omni, SDK, new version release. All right, Flare drop 28. Rewards distribution for all Flare holders for wrap or stake Flare. There you go. Cool. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance today. Over the past week, there's your chart, and we're sitting at 60% Bitcoin dominance. There's the month chart, and there's the year chart for you. 60%. We need that to go down. We need the altcoin utility run to go. Cool. What's up, everybody in the chat? Everybody's doing good. Oh, I can highlight. It even looks different. Check this out. It's we'll put up Evans here. See how it even looks different. Zebek is on Uphold. They are talking about it big time for a place in the future. Cool, cool. I like that. I think I can get used to it. As long as I can get it to stop cutting out, we'll be good to go. All right, let's take a look at the commodities for today. Sorry about the bright white screen. There we go. Tin's up 3%. Rice is up $2, or actually 2.2%. How about your precious metals? We've got gold at $3,380 and silver's at $34.50. Are there any other commodities popping off? No, let's move on. Let's take a look at Crypto Panic, and actually I have this already pulled up from Crypto Panic. Chinese automotive and hospitality firm Weebus advances plans for a $300 million XRP treasury. We covered on the last stream, excuse me, how these companies are starting their XRP treasuries, their own internal treasuries for use. That's because they know they're going to use it, guys, and they see the appreciation value that's coming. So good on them for getting in early. Let's see if we can get a breakdown of this article. Can you give me a summary? Hey, can you give me a summary of this, please? Detailed, and what it means for them using XRP in the future.
Sure thing. Sure thing. All right, buckle up. So a Chinese firm called Weebus is planning to raise $300 million for an XRP-focused digital asset treasury. It's like they're building a digital piggy bank with XRP. They've teamed up with Samara Alpha to manage these assets. This move shows Weebus is getting serious about using XRP for their future operations. The buzz is Weebus stocks jumped 12% after announcing this. This means they see XRP as a solid player in their future digital assets game plan.
Wow, just like us, guys, they see it in their game plan. They've got plans to use it in the future. And they're starting out with a $300 million XRP treasury. Very cool, very cool. Okay, what else is on Crypto Panic? We'll get to our X bookmarks in just a minute. I've got my backing music. When I stop talking, it's supposed to play a little bit. Let's see if it does. Cool, cool. All right, Crypto Panic. Ray Dalio says America is going broke, warns the U.S. is facing emerging problem of rising debt and interest costs. Guys, we know the system that we're in. We know it's all BS. You know, there's major overhauls that needs to happen in this financial system that we've been forced into, guys. You know, this fee monsters. They want to fee us left and right and tax. Looks like I cut out again. Hopefully you got audio, and it looks like it might cut back in. I'll try a different stream key next time. Maybe that'll fix it. Trump crypto machine goes into overdrive. Yeah, they are rocking and rolling with crypto over there, and I don't blame them, guys. Can you blame them for getting into crypto? This is what we're into. They see the value just like we do. And then I guess mostly the left is talking about ethics with this meme coin, when all they've ever done their entire career is pay to play. And they're worried about Trump's meme coin. Okay, Trump crypto machine goes into overdrive. A real Trump wallet fight breaks out. World Liberty financial airdrops. USD1 stablecoins and Truth Social files for a Bitcoin ETF. Wow, Truth Social, the social media sites filing for an ETF. That's interesting. Why is this not going dark? There we go. And refresh. Well, I can't get this one. Anyway. The Trump family's crypto ventures are back in the spotlight with Truth Social filing for a Bitcoin ETF. A stablecoin airdrop from World Liberty Financial, and a confusion surrounding an official Trump-branded crypto wallet. The wallet war of words began on June the 3rd when NFT marketplace Magic Eden and the team behind President Trump's official Trump meme coin announced with great fanfare that the official Trump wallet powered by Magic Eden was coming soon. Magic Eden declared it the first and only wallet for true Trump fans. Magic Eden. Do I even follow them? Let me see. I guess I don't. We got Magic Eden, the best place to trade assets on chain. Why would you need to go to Magic Eden to trade on chain? Why can't you just go to the chain with your wallet? Well, they've got a new wallet, it looks like, the Trump wallet. So how in depth? Or if oh, then mess that up. Hold on. There's it. Here it is. Big news: official Trump wallet's coming soon. First and only wallet for true Trump fans. Join the free waitlist for a chance to get a share of the $1 million in Trump rewards. Go to TrumpWallet.com now. The Trump wallet is powered by Magic Eden. Okay, so it looks like we've got a reader's, what do you call it, a community note. The Trump organization has stated it knows nothing about this wallet. Oh, wow. There's so much out there, guys. You don't know what's true and what's fake. Magic Eden joined 4 years ago. They have 829,000 followers and have pinned the Trump wallet yesterday. This is about the Trump wallet. But then readers have added that, okay, this might be, you know how these, what's up, thanks, Gary? We're just looking at this Trump wallet coming out by Magic Eden. But you've got a community notes here and saying that the Trump organization has stated that it knows nothing about the wallet. Here's an X.com post from Donald Trump Jr. Let me make sure this is him. Yeah. The Trump organization has zero involvement with this wallet product. Eric Trump and I know nothing about it. Stay tuned, World Liberty Financial. We have been working tirelessly on launching our own official wallet soon. Okay, so it looks like the what was it? The Magic Eden might be overstepping here. Much love to you. Thanks, Gary. Good to see you as always. Chart the Course podcast. So this might be fake, guys. It looks like it is. I mean, Trump Jr. has already come out against it. So we might give them an unfollow. We follow them and unfollow them. Magic Eden. The best place to trade all assets on chain. See, that first statement right there got to me because, you know, why would you need to go through them to trade on chain? But I am interested in certain wallets that use all the chains. Looks like I'm frozen again, guys. I'll fix it. I'll try something different tomorrow. Hopefully the audio is still good. But I do like the wallets, like Polaris wallet's coming out, and there's another one from involved with Corium, I think. but it's like a multi everything on chain wallet. So all the coins, all the chains interoperable in one wallet. So that should be good. I'm still frozen. I'll get it figured out. Let me make sure my audio is still. Sound has been decent, but a little robotic. All right, cool. Cool. All right, let's keep it going. What else do we have? Where were we at? So yeah, this just came out and it's been debunked already. The wallet. But it looks like, I don't know how true this is now. World Liberty stablecoin airdrop. Meanwhile, the World Liberty financial team has been airdropping $47 worth of its USD1 stablecoin to all wallets that participated in the WLFI sale. So is that a new coin, the WLFI sale, or the WLFI coin? Do they have their own coin now? I guess so. I mean, look at all the fake ones, though. All right, guys, I'm sorting through this stuff just like you, trying to figure out what's real, what's fake. Wow. Let's check out Coin Market Cap to see if they have a better oh, here's that trade I'm in, HBAR sweep. It's up a little bit on that Hashpack wallet. Let's look at WorldFi. So there's their logo. WLFI. 8 zeros and a 2. Ranked 5,000. This project is not affiliated with Donald J. Trump. Please exercise caution. So who knows? Wow. Yeah, it's a wild space. You don't know what's good, what's bad out there, but that's what we're doing, trying to look through it. There's coins that have look-alike tickers. Just, don't think that you must have the right coin just because it has the right ticker. You got to check the contract address. That's a wild space, guys. I'm not sure how much of this is true or what. I did see this earlier from another source. Trump branded Bitcoin ETF. The stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, ARCA, filed applications to launch a Truth Social Bitcoin traded exchange. On behalf of Yorkville America Digital. Wow. You don't know what's true out there. I guess that's true there. Some of that has to be, but I don't know about this wallet. No telling. Let's get back to crypto panic. JP Morgan to accept Bitcoin as loan collateral. That makes sense. Loan collateral. That's what it's all about, having the right collateral. BitSensor, that's the TAO. TAO faces rejection at $434. Risk further drop. JP Morgan to offer crypto ETF financing. Considers letting clients use crypto as loan collateral. Thanks, Gary. That's why we will be rewarded for being early adopters. Yep, we're going to hold that future collateral. That's what it's all about. CoreDAO brings 5% yield to Bitcoin without giving up self-custody. And that's what we're interested in as well. We don't want to give up self-custody because we don't want to trust centralized entities with our crypto. Because if something happens to them, your crypto's gone and you're a creditor in a bankruptcy case. Just like FTX. Gary says it does take several hours to learn this space correctly. Yeah. Several hundreds of hours. I feel like I'm still learning. Warren criticizes crypto wallet exemption in the Genius Act. They're still figuring out the Genius Act. Let's see, I've got an X bookmark on that. Okay, we saw Luminous and we saw that Weebus. We've got Eleanor Terrett posting a new update on the Genius Act amendment negotiations. I'm told that more than 60 amendments have been floated so far, and the Senate Republicans and Democrats are now negotiating to pare that list down to a more manageable number. If they reach a deal, the bill could see the Senate floor time before the end of the week. So we're getting close. What's today? Wednesday, halfway through. If not, the procedural hurdles will likely slow things down and push potential final passage into next week. So they are working on the Crypto Genius Act, the stablecoin bill. And at the same time, they're working on Trump's big, beautiful spending bill. Spend, spend, spend. Going against Elon's Doge cuts. And then Elon replies about the big, beautiful bill. I'm sorry, I just can't stand behind it anymore. This is massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Same to those who voted for it. You know you did wrong, you know it. You know you did wrong, you know it. Of course they do, but that's status quo. That is status quo. There's so many people willing to go along with status quo to not want to move this new financial system along, guys. They want to keep it going. And I was watching, who was it? Was it Crowder? Steven Crowder? I've seen him like just a couple times. I think he's supposed to be conservative. I've never watched him much, but I saw a clip from him, and Rand Paul was going against the bill, the spending, and Trump's wants to go ahead and pass it. And you've got a few outliers that are basically, to me, they're brave and they actually want to fix the system. And everyone else wants to keep it going, wants to keep all this spending going and keep all this waste, fraud, and abuse going. Guys, we don't need a government that's huge. But, yeah, it's just, Crowder was saying that he was against Rand Paul and that we need to increase the debt limit, the debt ceiling, and we need to borrow more money because you just can't fix that right now. There's never a time to fix it. When I feel like it should have been fixed decades ago. Several decades ago. You got to rip the Band-Aid off, guys, to fix things sometimes. Here's that news on Zebek I was trying to get to. Blue Collar Crypto posted, cracking the code to Fed Now, the Zebek XRP connection. Oh yeah, he was, this is Maximus Crypto. Guys, make sure you follow Max Crypto. Where's his link at? Right here. There you go, Maximus Crypto. Very smart dude. He's got a good video on Zebek and XRP connection. I don't need to make a video today because Max already did it. Ripple connected to Uphold Inc., which are connected to Cross River Bank. Cross River Bank's connected to Circle and Elon Musk X Money. We already know Circle's USDC is integrated deeply with Zebek, and we can see Uphold has a new fondness of Zebek. Zebek also just recently announced working on a project with XRP. These guys connect how they are intertwined. I want to now connect how Zebek is used here. At the end of the day, he said Cross River can choose between real-time payments and ACH payments. How do you imagine this? It does this. Analyzing network availability, transaction efficiency, and client preferences. Something Xebec AI is designed to do to a T. Buying Xebec unlocks a product of the Xebec network, which this is not only meant to be purchased by retail for the card use, but by businesses, institutions, and companies to unlock access to Xebec's dark horse product, treasury management. And we've seen all the companies getting into XRP with their treasuries strategies. Hey, what's up, Silver Days? Good to see you. Jeffrey, what's up? What's up? You guys are just joining in. I'm having a little video problem, but bear with me. It might cut out for a little bit, but I think my audio keeps going. Silver Days says Xebec, baby. Yeah. It's a new looking, I guess a preview, message preview there. It's because I'm using Rumble Studio instead of the StreamYard. Uh-oh. What'd I do? There we go. Xebec. I don't know. Is it Xebec or Xebec? I like Xebec. Xebec better. That's just me though. What you know about XDB? Who got mentioned in the collab with Xebec? Yeah, I saw where XDB. We talked about it earlier on the stream, but the XDB, the digital bits token. It's a layer 1 coin. Got listed on it got listed on the Xebec card, basically. So the digital bits, the blockchain of brands, got listed. I don't know a lot about it. I know I've got the XDB wallet on Google Play Store. And it's a pretty simple wallet, and you can get airdrops. So it's supposed to be the blockchain of brands. Let me take a quick look at it. I don't think I looked at it earlier. And make sure I got it on the Conectr coins, because I do own a few XDB. Yeah, it's on my list. 0003 with a supply circulating 17 billion. Total supply only 18 billion. Max supply 20 billion. 20 billion XDB for 0003. Not bad. There's the all-time chart. It actually hit 81 cents. Wow. Yeah, I think I might have. I can't remember how long I've been in XDB. I know GDLT talked about it. Probably like Tony Bagg said, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But I can't remember if I got in before this pump or not, but I've just held it through all this. But look how low it is after that pump. 82 cents, 83. And now it's 0003. What a pullback. The blockchain of brands. Let's check out their website. What's up, Mojo? Good to see you. XDB's on MEXC, but I don't have it. I don't remember where I got it from. It might have been something like BitTrue. Let's see what the markets are before we look at the website. Yeah, BitTrue or KuCoin, but I'm not even on those anymore. And speaking of that, on the boardroom, I watched a little bit of that last night. Was it Sean that was talking about how Binance, how these regulators prevented us from going, using Binance global Binance back in the day. I think they shut out U.S. residents back in what, 2020, 2018, something, I can't remember. But wow, you talking about an opportunity missed, because I had to get rid of some assets when they shut us out, and they gave us what, like 30 days or whatever to do whatever with our assets. I was scared I wouldn't have somewhere to sell them. So what did I do with my Binance coin that I bought at what, like $30? I had to sell it, probably for $40. Who knows? I can't even remember. But now it's $630 some for Binance coin. So they messed us over on that right there, guys. They really did. And it's just, our markets, I can't stand to be prevented from doing something and overregulated. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's dead or just reloading, Jeffrey. But let's check out the website. Empowering brands and consumers of tomorrow. XDB Chain is a user-friendly open source blockchain platform designed to facilitate brands and consumers to adopt digital assets such as branded coins, NFTs, payment tokens, and more. Now, this is a very good concept because you don't hear of many projects working with or having a platform where new companies can just start building on it that don't know, that don't have a tech team or whatever. So branded coins are a concept within the XDB chain ecosystem that allows businesses, organizations, and individuals to create custom branded tokens on the XBD chain. So this is a copy of Stellar again, which is a copy of XRP. So that's kind of another reason I got into it. Yeah, Evan had to move all his coins off of Bitree and lost money doing it. Yeah. All these little things that add up to basic market manipulation is all it is. That's just like tax, capital gains tax. That's market manipulation. Yeah, same with Buckles. Yeah. Wow, Buckles, that's good. Oh, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? A0, I'm not very familiar with A0, Jeffrey. Let me take a look at it, though. Alpha Zero, ranked 499. A0 is 3 cents. You're looking at 391 million, 391 million total supply, 520 million max supply. That's not bad. There's the all-time chart there. That looks like a good buy. Not financial advice. And there's an American flag there for Bitfinex. Bitfinex, isn't that, okay, that's just, they have a USD pair. That doesn't mean that the exchange is American, that retail can use it. So it's on BitTrue, BitGet, MXC. What is A0? The privacy layer for Web3. AlphaZero provides the foundational infrastructure for scalable, privacy-first solutions powered by A0. Start shielding with Common. Huh. Not a bad idea. the privacy everywhere, ZK privacy everywhere. AlphaZero bridges the gap between scalability, security, developer friendliness, and low and cost of use. Moreover, the network will boost the native privacy stack to further enable you to build solutions that strike the balance between transparency and privacy. Now, something like this, to me, should be working on being like a side chain of the XRP ledger. You know, how many projects are working on that? On being able to use the cross-chain bridge. Like, I can even see a world where Stellar becomes a side chain ledger to XRP. You know, using that cross-chain protocol. Even XDB is all similar tech, right? Yeah, but privacy is good, especially on those side chains. That's what it comes to, it looks like. What's up, D-Cartel? Good to see you. It's a fork of Stellar, like Bitcoin Cash is the Bitcoin. Yeah. Police nab alleged mastermind behind French crypto kidnappings. Yeah, guys, be careful out there. Don't flaunt your holdings. I would never get like an XRP license plate, things like that. You know, that's just me though. I drive an old 2002 pickup truck, so I don't like to flaunt anything. Like to stay low key. That's just me though. Flipster Exchange security approach, Q&A on security certifications, bug bounties, and user protection. What else do we have? Circle's IPO pricing could jump above range as investor orders surge. Investor orders surge. People looking to get into the Circle IPO. I guess you can put in an early order. Interesting. Be interesting to see if Ripple buys them. I don't know. I just don't feel like we would see all those behind the scenes offers. You know, why would we know about a private business to business offer to buy if one business buys another business? Why would that be out in the public? It's just weird. Ray Dalio says America's going broke. Warns the U.S. facing emerging problem of rising debt and interest costs. But Jerome Powell will save us, right? XRP offers bullish reversal signs after $300 million treasury filing with the SEC. Yes, interesting how that Chinese company filed with the United States SEC. Isn't it? Isn't that really interesting? Well, that's because if they offer services to Americans, they have to register with the SEC. So that's a Chinese company with an XRP treasury offering services to U.S. citizens. That's pretty interesting. I mean, why can't we be a global world, guys? Why can't we get involved in other countries and invest in other countries and use other countries' businesses? You know, in China, we're not allowed to even, Trump was saying we're not allowed to have businesses over there unless you have like a sweetheart deal like what Apple's got or whatever. But that's part of the trade stuff, is they're trying to open up where American businesses can sell to Chinese citizens and vice versa. D says they got to put the paperwork in. Yep. XRP in 17 minutes. Why XRP will replace Swift and be worth trillions. I'm not going to click on that. We kind of know the idea behind that. SBI presentation puts right here, and it looks like a cutout on Rumble again, and then looks like I might be coming back on. There we go. SBI. We know they've been saying by 2025 this year they were gonna that Japan would be using XRP. So popular crypto pundit XAIF has highlighted a growing trend in Asia that has broader implications than it might first appear. The SBI Group's ongoing integration of Ripple's distributed ledger tech and XRP in Japan and other parts of Asia is a calculated decision aimed at increasing efficiency in cross-border transactions. And don't forget, guys, China is a closed system. Unless they do something different with the tariffs and the level playing field, they don't want their currency leaving the country. They want their wealth staying in the country. So how do they do business with other countries? Well, they could use a bridge coin, a settlement coin that sits in the middle where they get their own currency back. They can trade in their own currencies. Each country, all they have to have is their own money. They send their own money and they receive their own money from other countries. It's pretty interesting. While digital currencies have often struggled with speed, scalability, and transaction costs, the data presented by Ripple indicates that XRP is the outlier, built for real-world utility, offering advantages that make it superior to other digital assets. We know all about it, guys. We know all about how good it is. Cool. We got news from Uphold saying this is big. We've launched direct deposit and it comes with rewards. So just thinking outside the box here, why do you need Zebek if you got companies like Uphold doing the same thing, right? Basically, direct deposit. You know, I got to learn more about Zebek and the card system and what makes it stand apart. Because as an employer, as a former employer, I would love just to be able to send them a stable coin. You know? What's up, Maximum? Good to see you. Maximum FOMO. I like that. I've had FOMO for years. I thought this stuff was going to pop off in 2018, guys. But it looks like we had a good push when Trump got in there because people see the freedom of markets means everything. And we know it's been manipulated this entire time. So Silver says, Uphold's using Zebek for payments. Oh, okay. Nice. You get a 4% XRP back for every salary-linked direct deposit of $250 or more. So it looks like employers can direct deposit your paycheck in USD, I'm assuming. You know, they're linked up with the instant. Uphold's got instant withdrawal. You know, they're on the Fed now. You can do it fast, direct deposits. So, yeah, they're becoming a bank pretty much. Let's read the little caveat down here. Terms apply, limited time offer. Non-uphold fees apply. Non-uphold fees apply. What would that be? Uphold offers real-time crypto exchange. Crypto assets are volatile and unregulated. No consumer protection. Your capital at risk. Any profits may be subject to capital gains tax. But I thought we were just talking about like USD direct deposit. But it's giving you 4% XRP back. So your paycheck goes into Uphold's direct deposit, and they're automatically giving you a 4% XRP back. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty wild. You can get 4% back of your paycheck. How are they doing this? Zebek, Tony says Zebek does fractional payments with your employer. Hold on. Zebek does fractional payments your employer would use to then send Uphold as direct deposit. Fractional payments, so like maybe like paying you every hour or every minute. Yes, but you still have to pay a fee to get your money out to pay your bills. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. God, they're going to find a way to fee you where they can. And it says right there at the bottom caveat there, non-Uphold fees may also apply. So is that like Zebek fees? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it all out, guys, just like you. That's why I got my family in the chat. We know Tony's Blue Crew, so I'm definitely going to hook you up, Tony, as a moderator. Appreciate you joining as well. There you go, Tony. Bradley, that's why I'm waiting to get my new Uphold credit card to pay my monthly bills. Yeah, they're getting a new card too. Or they're bringing back the card. Interesting. And don't forget, Uphold's got foreign fiat as well. You can do like some people think that the Chinese currency, what is it, the yuan? That's been their whole strategy, guys. This for decades is to suppress their currency value, currency manipulation. And if Trump's making some kind of trade deal, he says that non-tariff factors are in this as well. Currency manipulation are part of the deal as well. So what if there is a deal to kind of level the playing field? And what if you're holding something like Chinese yuan that's been suppressed for years and years, decades? It's pretty wild thinking, but we like to speculate. You can get paid by the minute, by the second, by the hour. Yeah, anything you want. Yeah, but why does your employer need to use a direct deposit service or whatever? Why can't they just send you RLUSD? They can pay your or USDC. They can send off your taxes, pay your Social Security, FICA, payroll taxes, all of that. And just what's left over, they just stream it to your employee's wallet. Bradley says we can't trade for anything yet, but this is Uphold's global strategy to trade any stock, commodity, or foreign currency, or anything of value. Yeah, anything for anything. All right, we'll keep our eyes on Uphold. They're sitting on, how much XRP are they sitting on? I think you can go to their, they publish all of that. I don't know how much it is. I know it's a lot. Here's their page. On that, turn your paycheck into XRP back, earn 4% XRP back on your salary. I mean, that's pretty attractive right there. Wow. It's like getting a bonus every time you get paid. Qualify with $250 plus per deposit. Max XRP reward is $200 a month worth of XRP for a limited time. Yeah, limited time. So you guys might want to sign up with this. All you have to do is give your employer the new ACH information. I mean, you can do that at any time. You copy your bank details, open your Uphold app, and tap the direct deposit shortcut. Select USD unique account under regular bank transfer. Open your payroll provider like ADP. So there's your non-Uphold fees right there, guys. ADP, Gusto, Workday. But why? I don't think employees have to pay that, right? Employers pay that. And add, I think so. And add Uphold as a new direct deposit using the account details too. I mean, but you don't have to use these companies. I was an employer. I had 6 employees at one time. I didn't use any of these payroll companies. No, I did use, what was that one? I forget the name of it. Was it Paychex? Yeah, Paychex. I did use that one for a while with the X on the end. Jeffrey says, or Tony says, we're the lucky ones to be able to buy full coins in the future. People will only be living off the dust. Yeah, the dust and the drops. Yeah. Well, at least it'll still work, you know, with those small increments. And hopefully, I hope Bitcoin doesn't do what Jack Dorsey wants them to do. We covered on the stream a couple streams ago that Dorsey is working on a project to move the decimal point for Bitcoin, which would increase the supply. He wants to call the Satoshis, he wants to call them Bitcoins instead of Satoshis. So that would increase the supply dramatically for Bitcoin if he moves the decimal point and does that. It's pretty wild. Jeffrey says, after the fees and limit time offer, I wonder if it will be worth it. I think the offer is to onboard people. Oh yeah, it's always to onboard new people. Yep. But you know, you get in early on something. And how long will that last? I guess that's up to them, you know, how long you get those rewards. Built for the way you bank today. Yeah, why would you need a bank if you can do this? Especially with the card. Next gen financing done right. Start earning XRP. And they've got that USD interest account as well. So you can put in your dollars and get 4% XRP back and have your dollars also earn. I think it's like 4% for USD. So Uphold has an OTC platform. Wow, let's check that out. Yeah, thank you, Brad. The Uphold has over $4.6 billion worth of XRP. No, wait a minute. 4.6 billion. Is it billion XRP or $1 billion worth of XRP? It's probably worth. Yeah, because that's a lot of XRP if it's 4.6 billion. Yeah, Paychex. Yep. That's who I used for a little while. Forgot about that. Accent. What are we looking at here? Uphold Institutional, providing an edge to institutional investors. Uphold offers building blocks for institutions to succeed in the new digital asset economy. Token discovery. Oh, we're looking at the over the counter for Uphold. Deeper liquidity. Don't forget, guys, the MetalX.com has over-the-counter as well, built right into it with your WebAuth wallet. So you can make an offer. You can make a trade on WebAuth and not hit the public data. So you can say, you can make an offer, and you can say, hey, this offer is good for 1 day, or it's good for 7 days. I'm not sure what the options are, but the offer to sell or buy X amount of X tokens, you can make that offer and have it sitting there for someone else to come along and see it and complete the offer and deal with you privately, over the counter, what it's called. But you're seeing more and more of that. And guys, that's how they do a lot of this dark pool stuff. They buy over the counter and they sell on the, or sell or buy on the public markets. Rinse and repeat. That's how a lot of this stuff is being held back. They buy or sell it on the private over the counter that doesn't hit the public exchange data, pricing data, and then they sell it or buy it on the public side so that it affects the price. So market makers are really good at that. The Uphold Accent platform connects to more liquidity partners with more than, okay, so Uphold is partnered with other exchanges, 30 plus CeFi, and they also use DeFi to source liquidity for over the counter. Is that right? So maybe Uphold's putting their little spin on over the counter where they can source from DeFi, 30 DeFi chain, 30 CeFi, DeFi, and layer 2 blockchain venues. So that's interesting. This allows us to smart route orders to deliver competitive pricing, which makes sense, but it might affect the public pricing feeds this way, the data feeds, which is fine. It's better to deliver competitive pricing and enable clients to place and liquidate large positions with minimal impact. Yeah, if you got a large position out there, it's hard to get rid of it and get true pricing for it. Oh, it's worth, yeah, 4.6 billion worth of XRP. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. we can conduct due diligence on the projects that matter. Our team, led by Dr. Martin Heisbuck. Who's this? Oh, that's LinkedIn. Gary's working and lurking still. Getting percent back on paycheck is so sweet. Yeah, XRP back. And you can earn interest on your USD that's deposited. Pretty cool. Cool. Let's get back to our bookmarks. I just wish Uphold would have reduced their fees a little bit, like cashing out fees. Oh yeah, we got news coming from Pompeius. Ripple just cracked the German banking fortress. DZ Bank with a 350 billion euro in custody. They've gone live with a Ripple-powered digital asset custody platform. This isn't hype. This is the architecture of the new global financial system. Wow. Pompeius goes on to say that DZ Bank isn't just any bank, it's Germany's second largest bank and the largest custodian, managing more than 350 billion euros in asset. And now they partner with Ripple Custody to integrate tokenized bonds, crypto securities, and distributed ledger powered custody. This is central bank digital currency infrastructure disguised as custody. Yeah, it looks like Europe's got to decide if they're going to use CBDC or stablecoins. But don't forget, guys, if we've got every state that's going to start issuing their own stablecoin, that's basically a central bank digital currency for the state. You know, we had Tom Emmer come out against state-backed stablecoins. That's basically a lower level CBDC. But I do like the fact that states' rights, you know, one state might be totalitarian, the other state might be a freedom state. So they have their different rules and they'll compete. So I think that's actually a good thing. Pumpius, why this matters: Germany's law legally enables the issuances of electronic securities without paper. The DZ Bank is now handling these under blockchain infrastructure with full Ripple integration. This is the legal and technical foundation for the digital euro settlement on chain. Ripple didn't shout this from the rooftops because they don't need to. This is silent infiltration. There we go. While the world debates ETFs, Ripple is quietly embedding itself into legacy custodians, clearinghouses, and banks through custody tech. Custody tech. DZ Bank equals domino number 1, says Pumpius. Very cool. Let's check my Rumble feed. What's up, my 2 viewers on my new streaming platform called Locals? I got to get familiar with that. Looks like a promising platform. For those of you just joining, I'm trying, instead of StreamYard, I'm doing Rumble Studio. It's free, actually. So, but there's some glitches. Still trying to get that worked out. I like how it does these, you can pin. Like that. Cool. Twitch, Rumble, Locals, YouTube, and X at the same time. Wow. MrConectr is getting out there. Cool. Let's keep it going. This is the first major European banking institution to fully implement Ripple's institutional infrastructure live with real clients and assets. This isn't a trial. It's not proof of concept. It's production. DZ Bank is the prototype for what's coming to all Tier 1 banks. Wow. So does that mean credit unions are Tier 2 maybe? I don't know for sure, but it looks like Metallica's has the credit unions locked up. You guys know I'm a big Metallica's fan. Not Metallica. Of course I do like Metallica. Metallicus. Replexity says the RLUSD is approved by the DFSA. Ripple USD is now a recognized crypto token under the Dubai Financial Services Authority. Another major leap as Ripple expands across the DIFC and the UAE. Recognized crypto token. So we know it got the Sharia compliance a couple of years ago. The approval is a proof of commitment to building a stablecoin that meets the highest standard of trust and transparency and utility, said Jack McDonald, president of stablecoins at Ripple. With a regulation first design and enterprise grade features, RLUSD is uniquely positioned to drive institutional use of blockchain tech across the global markets, starting with cross-border. So it looks like they're going to use more of the RLUSD for cross-border. But don't forget, guys, as good as this stablecoin could be, it's only one stablecoin. And that XMD is a basket of stablecoins, which makes it far superior if you ask me. And I hope that the RLUSD ends up going into that basket, that XMD metal dollar basket. You got less points of failure in a basket of stablecoins. combining the stability of a trusted digital dollar with a scalable blockchain-based infrastructure and Ripple's extensive global payout network. Unlike stablecoin, has been purpose-built for global enterprise utility, particularly in improving speed, cost, and efficiency in cross-border payments. Almost 7,000 firms active at the end of 24. This further supports integration of high-quality stablecoins into Dubai's digital asset and fintech ecosystem. Looks like Dubai's in the game, guys. They want to use the RLUSD. Okay, we've got Interledger posting. Rafiki Remit by Pacis Labs. Pacis Labs providing reliable and secured tech platforms that enable financial institutions, MFIs, and NBFIs to offer customers a vast array of payment types across multiple channels. They're transforming cross-border remittances in Pakistan, bridging the Interledger Protocol ILP, bringing the ILP to the country for the first time. Interledger, we strongly believe that the ILF vision to send money as easily as an email. Interledger Foundation is the ILF. We strongly believe in the vision to send money as easily as an email. That sounds like Chris Larson back in the day. And we're excited to contribute to making that vision a reality with our project Rafiki Remit. Our work is focused on transforming financial industry in Pakistan, and we can't wait to show everyone what we can achieve. All right, so evidently Pakistan's running an Interledger node. They need to be running a Conectr node on the ILP. And these Conectr nodes, guys, they're the ones who do the swaps on the back end. They're like an exchange, sitting there waiting on someone to send money across this payment stack, this Interledger protocol. Send the Bitcoin Lightning Network to the ILP Conectr node because the receiver wants to receive XRP, and that ILP Conectr node is going to do that swap on the back end. Looks like I'm freezing again on Rumble. I'll figure that out. Just bear with me for a little while. At least I'm streaming again. I had a terrible day yesterday trying to figure this out. Bradley B says, Gary, but okay, you guys are talking. Okay, cool. Cool. National Crypto Association says that 1 in 5 Americans already own crypto. That sounds kind of high to me. 1 in 5? No telling. Pierce says, since the launch of the XRPL EVM testnet, the growth in XRP dApps, wallets, infrastructure, and contributors has been exponential. Oh, of course. Of course, you give more options. Like a Ethereum virtual machine side chain, of course there's going to be more infrastructure built. And Pierce is working on the initial map of the XRPL EVM ecosystem. It looks like an explorer. Look at there, EVM sidechain explorer. Cool. DApp Scout. We'll have to keep an eye on this from Piercist. Let's check out the comments on this. I'm interested to know if you're going to set up and oversee the implementation of the validator staking scheme. Oh yeah, you should be able to do like a proof of stake on that sidechain, right? When are you expecting this to go live? Pierce says it's very close. Cool. The XRP Ledger sidechain, Ethereum virtual machine sidechain is very close. But it does need that. I think it needs that. Wait a minute. It's using XLR as a bridge, right? Or is it going to use the sidechain amendment? That's still up for vote and hasn't moved anywhere since January the 9th. The cross-chain bridge amendment for the XRP ledger. And I've seen nothing out of the nodes voting on this yet. Yeah, you can't take your money out of the Uphold to pay bills without paying a fees. Yeah, or use the card with the fees on it as well. Can you kind of see, guys, how us having this knowledge of the space is probably going to benefit us even more than just holding the coins and getting into DeFi and things like that? We're going to be able to know that we don't need these some services. Some of these services that are coming and that are out, it's for newbies, guys. They're not gonna mind paying a fee. Whereas we know a direct route that we might be able to use that's feeless. So that's what I'm hoping on. Piercist. Cool, cool. What else do we have on my bookmarks? Yeah, good to see Pakistan's using the Interledger Foundation. Interledger Protocol. Get a little sip of coffee. Sip on coffee all day, it seems like sometimes. All right. We've got Parrot XRP. New framework explained. The SEC's 2025 rules focus on 3 key factors. Initial sale context, were the tokens marketed as investments? The ongoing use case, do your tokens have functional utility on a decentralized network? Issuer influence, how much control does the founding team have? This shifts focus from rigid Howey test criteria to real world token use. Is this the Ripple test? Is that what we're looking at? It's pretty good from Parrot. Let me follow Parrot XRP. Why XRP wins the Ripple case already set a precedent. Oh, he's ahead of me on this. Okay. XRP's programmable sales via exchanges aren't securities, but institutional sales were. The new framework emphasizes utility and decentralization, aligning perfectly with XRP's role in the Ripple global payment network. Riley says, knowledge is key, my brother. Yes, sir. We're going to be living on drips and drops. That's right. This is a boost for Ripple. With the SEC lawsuit settled, Ripple paid $125 million, but programmatic sales cleared. This guidance reduces regulatory overhang. So the secondary sales are fine. Ripple pushed for smart contracts on the XRP ledger by 2025, and partnerships highlight XRP's utility, not just investment potential. So he's going through and addressing each of the SEC's frameworks, and it looks like it is a Ripple test. Market impact: XRP surged 450% late 2024. New rules could pave the way for XRP ETFs this year, drawing institutional investors and potentially pushing XRP to new highs. Categorizes tokens clearly. The SEC's case-by-case approach gives XRP room to shine as a non-security in secondary markets. This clarity could fuel Ripple's global expansion and challenge the SWIFT in cross-border payments. The SEC's 2025 guidance is a massive win for XRP's utility-driven model. So, guys, this is just guidance. So, this is not law. This is bureaucrat guidance. Is what this is. All this is. What's up, bullish bird? Good to see you. With the regulatory clouds clearing, Ripple's vision for 2025, which are smart contracts, institutional adoption, could make XRP a crypto powerhouse. Are you bullish on XRP? Let's hear it. XRP Army. Cool. Parent XRP coming with the sauce. Good to see that. And we've got the XX network. David Chum. Is quantum proofing Bitcoin. A no-fork quantum secure Bitcoin. We're developing a wrapped Bitcoin asset for post-quantum encryption. Guys, we knew this was going to happen with Bitcoin. It can't survive the encryption attacks that are coming. The quantum encryption attacks. So we have to tokenize Bitcoin. Just like a stock or a T-bill, Bitcoin's going to be tokenized. And it looks like the XX founder, David Chum, spoke about this in Vegas, about a no-fork solution to secure your Bitcoin now until a post-quantum soft fork is ready. So I'm sure this is probably going to be good. BTC Knowledge, a non-fork quantum-proof solution is ideal. Looking forward to the development around this. But XX says no public information exists yet. You can learn about wrapped assets. Sleeve.xx is a tool for creating quantum keys for your assets. Sleeve.xx network. The XX network with Sleeve, a backed up quantum secure wallet is embedded into a standard non-quantum secure wallet. Interesting. The uniqueness of Sleeve means that during the wallet generation procedure, 2 recovery phrases are created instead of just the one we're used to. Wow. The quantum secure recovery phrase derives the quantum secure wallet, which is currently used, but would be necessary in the future to roll over existing non-quantum secure wallets into quantum secure wallets. So you got a standard recovery phrase and you've got the quantum recovery phrase. And then they have some info on GitHub. Wow. David Chum's original, what did he do? Was it eCash? An American computer scientist, cryptographer, and inventor. He is also a pioneer in cryptography and privacy-preserving technologies and widely recognized as the inventor of digital cash. David Chum. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at the flower that came up on digital cash. this is the money flower. For anybody that hasn't seen this, taxonomy of money. You've got universally acceptable money, electronic money, central bank issued money, and peer-to-peer money. But you've got only one that is all of these. Central bank issued cryptocurrency. Hits everyone. That's because central bank issued is a category here. You can see how central bank money, you got reserves, central bank digital currency, you got cash. Which they can't keep up with cash, guys. So why would they want to keep up with all this crypto stuff? What's up, Louisiana? Good to see you, man. You got crypto in there just outside of the central bank loop. You got commodity money in there like gold-backed tokens just outside of the central bank loop. Peer-to-peer, that's what we're talking about. Local currency, that's local cash. Peer-to-peer, which also you have the central bank cash and all that inside the yellow. Peer-to-peer is also wholesale currency, cryptocurrency, and commodity money. Yeah, I just want to show you the money flower. Pretty cool. Cool. Let's get back to x.com. Good to see David Chom working on quantum encryption. So instead of one key for your wallet, private key, you're going to have two private keys during a wallet creation using this new method from David Chom. Very interesting. The no fork. And that's just Bitcoin, I'm assuming, for now. But from what I understand, this XX network is going to be running on the XRP ledger. And I even went and researched. I found it was kind of hard to find, but I found an asset called XXC on the XRP ledger. XX coin. I think that's it. Token. XXC token. 26 cents. But is that network? Right? 2,500. It's only 2 cents. So that does not line up. So there's no telling. I might have gotten that wrong. I did place an order. You know, I've got some coins out there that have hit and I have no idea what they are. So I think it did hit my order a while back, but I don't think that's the same one. It might be though. Who knows, guys? Who knows? We'll figure it out though. That's very cool. Quantum proof in Bitcoin. Buckles is forever lurking. Good to see you checking out the stream, my man. Cool. Guys, give me a like and subscribe if you're new. Glad to have you. Just rolling through the crypto news of the day. I've been streaming for 1 hour and 52 minutes. Let's see if we can cover the some more good stuff before I get out of here. Ito Farina. Just then, Robinhood acquires Bitstamp for $200 million, gaining access to over 50 global crypto licenses. Robinhood is in the game, guys. They want to deal crypto now. Ripple acquired a large stake in Bitstamp back in 2023, so Ripple owns a piece of Robinhood now. That's how that works. Nice. Maybe that'll get that payment for order flow fixed. That mess that was that GameStop mess. And replying to this that he posted earlier, official ISO 20022 site shows approved request to enable Ripple's Interledger on the Swift network. What's this? ISO 2022 Financial Industry Messaging Scheme. Catalog of changing requests. Payments. The Mojaloop Foundation Payments, Clearing, and Settlement. Approved. This is from ISO 20022.org. A change request to enable Ripple on the Swift network. And he's scrolling through a lot right here. I don't really know what's going on here. An ILP. So this is a Mojaloop document. Lock will be supported in the first instance. This will be a representation of the data element of an ILP version 4 packet. This element will be an encoded string of arbitrary length. The most accurate way of representing this element would be the candidate data element hex binary. A SHA-256 signature created using a private key belonging to the entity that sealed the terms of the payment. This signature will have a fixed length of 32 bits and will be... Wow, they're getting in depth here, aren't they? ILP on Mojaloop's using the ILP version 4. Interledger is a protocol for sending packets of money across different payment networks or ledgers. ILP version 4 is a simplification of previous versions of the protocol that is optimized for routing large types of ledgers, including those non-built for interoperability. Yeah, so Interledger is an interoperability play as well. But there's no coin. There's no native coin. Unlike the Omni protocol, which is a successor, Austin King's touting it as a successor to the ILP, but it has its own token for the nodes that process the transactions to use it as a fee token. So how does the ILP nodes get paid? I don't know, guys. I assume they scrape a percentage off of their swaps, their back-end swaps. Oh, here's Austin King. Yes, I can confirm that when my first company was building out the Interledger network, yeah, he started on Interledger. We worked closely with entities like Mojaloop Foundation that are far more traditional, institutional, and have greater needs for things like ISO compliance. Adherence to existing messaging standards, of which ISO is a large one, is important to crypto, as it becomes a backend for a traditional financial system. If XRP is being used, then yes. Okay, so XRP noobs. So is it true that ILP burns XRP little by little? Well, yeah, if it uses XRP, yes. For an example, XRP was burned consistently for years downstream of my first company driving adoption of ILP. Yeah, Mojo Loop is the gate is I think Bill Gates was involved with all that. Yeah. Founded in 2017 through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Level 1 project. So there's no telling what's up with that now. Cool, cool. What else do we have today? Tranglo is now fully connected to Swift. So it looks like Swift is probably going to be sticking around if you ask me. And they're just going to kind of revamp all that. And hopefully to use a native bridge asset like XRP. We got to scoop that. Eleanor Terrace got to scoop that MoonPay has secured its New York bit license. Congratulations to MoonPay. Joining a short list of crypto native firms including Coinbase, Anchorage, and Circle that have been approved to operate in the state by the New York Department of Financial Services. Cool, cool. And Austin Kings also posted Ripple stablecoin just got approved in Dubai. We saw this earlier. Adoption is accelerating faster than most anticipated but what's actually going on here? Most people are missing the pattern. The larger pattern is likely that a $4 trillion company is up next. Japan, not company, economy is up next. Japan. Why Japan? Ripple spent nearly a decade building deep partnerships there, especially with SBI, one of Japan's largest financial institutions. It's also particularly well suited because the Japanese economy is heavily export oriented, meaning they do a lot of global trade, which is primarily done now using USD, soon to be done in stablecoins using RLUSD. This would be a huge accelerant for the growth of RLUSD and XRP ledger. However, there's still key blockers. Businesses today aren't used to using crypto. Even technically advanced companies are still aren't used to working with XRP ledger, Solana, or Ethereum directly. But we built Omni to be synergistic with these underlying networks. Very excited for the impact for RLUSD. And the Dubai announcement was big news, but Japan would be a 10 times greater impact. After that, the dominoes will begin to tip even faster throughout the world as adoption accelerates. Most people don't get what's coming. If you're reading this, you're early enough to see the bigger picture. Share this with your network so they can too. Wow. Dubai. Setting up to use XRP. And Japan, hopefully. Hopefully we get that announcement soon. What's up, Mojo? G Money Bros in the house. Appreciate that. Hit that like button. Game over, says Mojo. Yes, sir. Cool, cool. There's my outro music, guys. I appreciate everybody joining in. I'm going to jam it on the way out. Been streaming almost 2 hours. Thank you guys for joining. Give me a like. Helps the channel out. Appreciate that very much. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. It's hump day. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for everyone for chatting. Mojo, G Money, thanks Gary, Silver Days, Buckles, Louisiana, Bullish Bird, Bradley B, Jeffrey Dahmers, Ford F and Ranger, Tony Bags, Silver Days, D Cartel, Evan XRP. Thank you guys so much. If I missed anybody, we'll get you on the next one. MrConectr's out. Peace, guys. Take care.